are having a good conversation. So
Yeah. Does he look funny over there? Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Bobby Maxwell. Welcome you to our second, what do you call it, Bobby?
well, virtual car cruise or live stream, MAXmotive, live from MAXmotive showroom here in Cheswick, Pennsylvania.
Well, anyways, thank you for joining us tonight. This is Bobby Martin on my left here.
Good evening. And we have a special guest, Bob. We're real excited.
Yes.
We're real excited to have the
Jim.
car guy
Jim Sinkovitz.
of Pittsburgh, Jim Sinkovitz, PID fame, Keystone Raceway Park, and just about every car cruise in the area. Everybody knows Jim, so we're really glad to have him. We're going to talk some car stuff with Jim.
I come over here to look at cars and you put me to work.
That's it. That's
Good
it.
deal. Good deal. Great to be here. I love what you guys do.
Thank you, Jim. Well, we like what you do also. You do a lot for all the car enthusiasts.
We try. We try to keep memories alive from the old drag strip. So we're always working on. We love my guys love all your muscle cars that you pull out here.
Yeah.
All the old school. The 60s,
Well, I want to talk to
70s.
Jim a little bit about what's going on at Keystone this weekend because there's something big, but we've got a lot of ground to cover. And I think we have some new vehicles in stock right now.
Lots of new vehicles. They're coming in every day. If you're not in the area, if you're in the area, we'd love to have you stop by and check them out. If not, you can go on their website. And, we try to get them up and going right away, but if not, we at least get them in our coming soon category, just to give you a little input of what they are. Go ahead, Bobby. What do you see there?
Well, we have 2001 Mazda Miata MX-5, and this is the second time we've had a Miata here at MAXmotive, and the first time we had one, it was a hot car. Everybody loved it, and it sold quick. So we're excited to have another one because there are a lot of Miata fans out there. A lot of road racing fans like these cars because they're light, they're fast, they're quick. You can do a lot to them, but this one is kind of all original. It's got a great color. And then we have a 62 Plymouth Savoy. When it comes to Mopars, everybody wants to know what's under the hood. And this one's got a 440 Magnum with twin Edelbrocks. Twin Edelbrocks, a 509 cam. It has a great rumble to it. It even has electric exhaust cutouts. You know those, Jim.
They're slick.
They're slick.
This car not only looks great on the outside, but the interior, it was done just perfect. The seats, the red that flows through the console, it's beautiful.
Yeah, the console was custom fab. It's kind of old school and new school all rolled into one. You've got your vintage 62 dash there. It's got a little vintage tack next to it, a moon-equipped tack, but then the center console looks ultra modern because there's no shifter in there. The shifter on this car is the push buttons on the dash, and so that looks awesome. And then, of course, there are a lot of fans of Pontiac Solstices. And, Pontiac is no longer with us. A lot of big fans of GTOs, Firebirds, and all the rest, but Solstices had their fans, and it's a great two-seater sports car. It's very versatile. It's very drivable, and we've got one of those, too.
Well, there you go. It's summertime. This one and the Miata convertible, you need to come down and take a look at them.
Which one would win? Which one would win in the drag race? What do you think? The Solstice beats the Miata? Okay, there's Miata fans that are going to challenge that, so we'll see what happens.
Bring them out.
Yeah.
Line them up.
Yeah, and okay,
Here comes a unique one.
The 2018 C10 when you look at this truck, it looks like a 71, but underneath the skin, it's all ultra modern. All the convenience features, all the handling, the power into this truck. It's actually a 2018 Chevrolet truck disguised as a 71.
Has
Very cool.
All the factory warranty. Mm-hmm. You get a brand new modern day pickup truck with the old school look. Who could pass that up?
Yeah, you have to see it to believe it, really. The craftsmanship and engineering on this is phenomenal. But it's got all the convenience and comfort of a brand new truck, but the looks of an older truck. And everybody loves the old Chevy trucks, so that's what they're for. By the way, our virtual car cruise page is here if you want to see your car. Last time when we debuted our broadcast from MAXmotive, we had folks send in their cars for us to show, and we've got a bunch of them here for you to look at. There's an 88 Ford Mustang GT from Jason Wiles, a 69 Buick Riviera, just a beautiful car, 74 Di Tommaso Pantera in purple with weld wheels. This thing is a monster. And there's an SVT Lightning. People love those trucks. And in fact, I'm talking to a guy who wants to sell one. We might be able to bring it in here to MAXmotive, but that's a future vehicle. But we're excited, and so we want to make sure that you're aware that next time we do one of these live broadcasts, which would be in about a month, you can send your car in, pictures and descriptions, and we'll have a whole bunch of incentives and goodies for people who do that.
We'll have a fun evening talking about them.
You know what? We not only have our Cheswick showroom, which we're surrounded by here, all these great cars, but we have what do we have? We have Gabe, who's going to join us, who is joining us from sunny Florida. They're in Boca Raton, Florida. All right, how are you doing there, Gabe?
How you guys doing?
Gabi.
Can you hear?
Yeah, we can hear you, buddy.
So, hey, Gabe, why don't you show us around or tell us a little bit about the Boca Raton facility?
Yeah, well, hey, thanks for having me on, guys. Hey, we're here, sunny South Florida. Beautiful day. Got the turntable going with a fresh consignment. 1980 Corvette. 11,000 miles, guys. You wouldn't believe this thing. This thing is a true cream puff interior, beautiful. Cars in great shape. I'll give you guys the sneak 19.9, guys. 19.9.
Well, you can get a practically new Corvette for less than 20.
This is how it looks like when you walk in to our Boca showroom. I can't flip around the camera, so bear with me, guys. We got everything from hot rods to retro mods to original cars. You know, we do a little bit of everything. We modern, anything that we
Little bit of technical difficulty there. Maybe it's because of all the sunshine they have down there, and we're having some rain up here. But if down in sunny Florida, South Florida, if you're in the Boca Raton area, please, we would love you to stop by and check us out there as well. Gabe, and he would love to show you around and show you what we have in our inventory there.
Yeah, I'd like to point out, too, that, of course, if you're looking online at maxmotive.com and you see a car that you like that's in Boca, well, we can make arrangements to bring it up, can't we,
That's
Bobby?
very simple.
Yes, indeed.
We like to make things as smooth as possible for our customers.
Well, we've got Jim Sinkovitz sitting over here, and I want to talk to him about what's happening this weekend at Keystone Raceway Park, because you guys are open again, right?
Yes.
And something
Coming
big
in.
is happening this weekend. I'll let you let the cat out of the bag, Jim.
We have the Street Outlaw guys coming up. So everybody is Street Outlaw fans. They've been so big on TV for the last number of years. And we got Jeff Lutz as a call out, and he's bringing in 3 other Street Outlaw guys. So Jeff Lutz lives north of Pittsburgh, and he's bringing out he's got a new car, and we're anxious to see. He's been racing a 57 Chevy for a number of years, and a couple 57 Chevys. And he built a new car, and it's a new GTO. It's a lot lower, sleeker, smoother, faster.
It seems like Jim gets a new car every 5 minutes or so. Or Jeff, I mean.
Jeff, he builds them right there in his shop. So he's bringing out the Murder Nova is going to be here. That's the first time in Pittsburgh for the Murder Nova car. So we're looking forward to that. And who else? Ryan Martin's coming in with his red Camaro, so he'll be in, and Chucky will be there with the Death Trap Mustang. So these guys are great. You see them on TV and arguing and fighting and calling each other out. And when the cameras are off, they sit there and they'll talk to all the fans, carry on a conversation with you. They do the selfies with all the kids and sign autographs and sell T-shirts, and they are the sweetest bunch of guys. But turn the camera on, and they're at it.
They're a cool bunch of guys.
A good group, and we so enjoy when they come into the Pittsburgh area. So
are they going to be filming this one, Jim?
No, it's not. Currently, it hasn't planned to shoot on this one. So
okay,
but don't be surprised they turn around and use a piece of it. So, but.
Well, let me ask you this, Jim. When those guys are coming into town, do you guys prep the track or do you leave it alone?
We're going to run, to answer your question, so we usually have a light prep on there. So we'll be running test and tunes at night. If you want to come out and race your car, come on out Saturday night. So we'll be able to.
What time does it start?
Gates 4 o'clock. Gates will open about 2 o'clock.
What's the fee to get in?
So it's $25 to come out. It's only $40 to race your car on Saturday. So cool. It's going to be a jam-packed event just because everybody enjoys seeing these TV cars and TV stars, and
I bet
they really put on a show. So it's side by side. It's they line them up. There's no dial in. There's no brake on. They just go at it heads up. So.
Now, do they use a tree or do they do some kind of flashlight drags, arm drop thing?
No, in the past, we've always done just a pro tree. So they stage up and then blink, they're going. So it'll be interesting. We haven't done an arm drop. You never know. We might.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to go back to Gabe. We're able to get connected back with Gabe, so we're going to let him continue to show us around the location there in Boca Raton.
All right, guys, had a little technical difficulties. You know how this live stuff works, so we're doing it live, guys. Here we are. I showed you guys the Corvette, so I want to give you guys a tour of our facility. Everything's indoors here in Boca. 20,000 square feet of some of the nicest muscle cars that you will ever see. Now, as I remind you guys out there that are watching, we are the home of the free consignment special. I think we spoke about it on the last car show that we did, the virtual car show. We are offering a free consignment special right now, guys. If you have something out there that you want to sell, bring it over to us here at MAXmotive. We'll get it done. The for sale sign on the car shows that you guys keep going to, that I keep seeing you guys at, they don't work. Let us get the job done for you. Bring it over to MAXmotive, and we'll display your car properly. We'll put it on all the right websites. We'll market it the right way. We'll get it done. So as you see, we got some nice cars like the 58 Impala. We got a deal going on that right now. 61 bumble top. Got cool stuff like this 78 Coupe de Ville Cadillac, all original, beautiful car. Check the 78 Firebird out, almost the same color on both of them. Both 78s. You can see the similarity in colors of that TM Brown. Beautiful vehicles. So yeah, guys, I mean, we got plenty of space for consignments. Bring them on over. Come check out our Fast and the Furious collection that we have here too. We got some Fast and the Furious cars from the movie. These cars were actually in the film. They're not fakes by any way. They got all documentation on them. Beautiful cars and cool stories that they tell.
Hey, Gabe.
So, yeah.
Hey, that the Cadillac and the Trans Am, they can buy both of them, and they take one to go out on a fast ride and take the Cadillac out for dinner.
There you go. That's the selling point right there.
I like
Side
that
by
idea.
side. That's a great idea, Bobby. No doubt.
Hey, that looks great down there, Gabe. You're doing a great job for us.
Thanks, Bobby. Appreciate it. And you know, we've been open now down here for a good about 7 months, and we're just rocking and rolling, man. We just want to, you know, bring the public, you know, some great cars and help a lot of people out there that, you know how to buy cars, but sometimes they don't know how to sell. So, you know, they can bring it to us, and we'll do it the right way. We'll market it the right way, and we'll get it sold for them. You know, that's our specialty.
That's right, Gabe. Hey, Gabe, also, you know, one point that we have, if since you're down there in sunny Florida and we're up here north, a lot of these northerners go down to sunny Florida in the wintertime, and maybe if they don't want to bring their car or truck back to up north, they can take it over to you, and if they want to sell it, you can put it on consignment right there without them having to transport it back north.
No doubt. I'm sure there's plenty of snowbirds that are back up there in PA right now, maybe New York, Boston, who got a nice place down here and have a garage with a nice classic car in it, just sitting there, you know, and they don't know what to do with it. So you know what? We're here to offer them, you know, our free consignment special and help them, you know, unload. Sometimes it becomes a burden on some of these guys, you know, they love the car, it's beautiful, but they just don't know what to do with it anymore. They may be getting, you know, that age where they don't want to, you know, collect or, you know, do anything with the cars anymore. So we do offer that to a lot of our guys. We have a lot of snowbird customers and consigners. So we're here for you. We're here for you.
Gabe, I got to ask you on that Corvette. I'm intrigued with that. You know, that's a new consignment. That's a new car that we have down there. How does somebody have a beautiful Corvette and only drive it 11,000 miles since 1980? Most people drive that far in a year. It's not even average. Is there a story behind that? How does that happen?
Well, I guess we'll have to find out.
Gabe went for a ride in a Corvette.
Well, if they need to find out, they can call us, and we'll put them in touch with Gabe, and he can tell them all about it then. So back to you, Jim. What else do you have coming up?
We have a new event this year. Been a lot of chatter out there on the internet. We have Gasser Nationals, all the old school gassers. We have an event coming up. July 18th is the date. It'll be Friday night, the 17th, and we'll have a big event on July the 18th. So the Gasser Nationals, all the old school straight axles, all the Willys and all the supercharged cars. We got 13 different classes. They're going to run heads up. It's Bobby, we're just talking about heads up racing, no breakout. First one to the stripe wins. So we're doing an old school program. July 18th, so everybody's looking forward to that.
Where's that located?
It'll be at Keystone Raceway Park.
Oh, all right.
So,
and Keystone Raceways in New Alexandria.
Exactly. So So everybody's welcome to come out, check their website, check their Facebook page. That's a new event. We're excited about it. We can't wait. It's coming up next month.
You know, the gassers are the precursors of the funny cars, and
go.
one of the things that they do is they really do some nice burnouts.
Oh, yeah.
They put on a great show. Sometimes people are amazed to see that Willie's gasser, you know, sitting a foot in the air with a straight axle, and they're just getting on it with the tires smoking across the starting line on the burnouts. It's a really great show.
Riding uphill the whole way down.
That's it, man. That's it.
They're banging gears while the front end's up in the air.
Yeah, so it's a great show. They have a lot of fun, and every car is different. These gassers aren't kit cars by any stretch. They've all been, you know, put together by hand, and everyone is a labor of love, and they're just beautiful cars.
We have a couple different groups coming in. It'll be AA gas supercharged cars. Excuse me. So we're looking forward to it. July 18th.
All right.
Thanks.
Everybody mark their calendar for July 18th.
I'm marking it.
There you go.
Right now.
Keystone Raceway in New Alexandria, Pennsylvania, right off Route 22. Hey, we have here at MAXmotive, we have a collection of COEs that we had a love for, and you need to go on our website or stop down and take a personal look at these trucks. They're unique in their own way. The first one is a built by a friend in Hawaii, and this truck and Big Dog Harley on the back of it come over on an airplane from Hawaii to the mainland. It's has a 500 Cadillac V8 in it. Has two polished superchargers in stack configuration with twin 4-barrel carburetors, forged pistons with a MTS street strip cam, and 6-speed automatic transmission. It's chopped 3 inches with a custom tilt bed. Along with that tilt bed, with the way the bike sits on the back, there's a ramp that retracts out, all remote control. So you can unload the bike. Has a kick-ass stereo system, and it's unique.
I can attest to the
5,600 watts of stereo system, I understand.
They had it at SEMA a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
They had it cranked up outside. It just lit the place up. It lit up SEMA.
And I also got a comment about the airplane, because you said it flew over on an airplane from Hawaii. Well, that airplane was a Kalitta Flying Service jet.
Oh, there you go.
Connie Kalitta, one of the all-time great drag racers, he has an amazing airline now. He ships stuff that other people don't touch. And he had this beautiful car in his plane, and of course it arrived in pristine show condition. But I think that's kind of cool too, that, you know, Connie Kalitta was involved in shipping that.
We had that COE at our event, the Steel City Nationals, last summer at Three Rivers Stadium, or Heinz Field, I'm sorry. Shows my age, huh?
Oh, flashbacks, good.
But anyways, from that COE, go ahead, Bobby, I'll let you go over to the next one there.
Yeah, we've got this little pickup is a little kind of a shorty. It's got the COE front end and a short bed pickup. And the thing about this one, you know, some of our COEs, the other ones are pretty wild. But this one is very drivable, very streetable. It's got a small block Chevy in it and a 350 turbo automatic. You could just get it and go and just turn heads every place you go, because you just don't see these every day. But the cool thing about it is it's very drivable, very mild engine, nothing radical. Just get in it and cruise and have a good time, and then show off that killer paint job, those great wheels. The interior on the truck is outstanding. New stereo system put into it, and all of that. It's just got a really great attitude. But when you open the hood, you have to kind of hunt for the engine. It's set back in there quite a bit. The way these COEs are built, you're kind of sitting over the top of it. You've got a great view of the road from up there, and you're kind of the king of the road up there. But it actually has a pickup bed that you can haul stuff around in. but it's kind of a shortened wheelbase, just a neat custom truck, but like I say, nice and drivable, nice and cruisable. You can take people for a ride and have a good time with it.
From that unique orange COE, we're going to go next to a beautiful 47 Chevy Co E Hauler. This truck is done up just beautiful with the diamond plate back. You can haul your show car, your drag car, take it over to the Keystone Raceway, and you'll be able to see Jim over there. This has a fuel injection, cold air intake, tuned headers. The chrome stacks on it it just really sets this truck right off. The chrome American Force wheels with it, the classic VDO gauges, and again, it has air conditioning, air ride suspension, power steering, so she's easy to drive. It would look great hauling your show car or your race car over to the drag strip.
Absolutely. Well, you know, when we are sitting in this showroom, we're surrounded by all these great cars. And the other day, Bobby, a gentleman walked into the showroom. I'd say he was in his mid-30s or so. A kind of guy who isn't easily impressed, right? He walked in and his jaw just dropped when he took a look at this amazing collection of vehicles. Because you come in here, we've got kind of a cool reception area with our neat desks and all that. But you don't expect to see this many cars in one place, you know, without having to pay some kind of an admission charge. And he was just unbelievably floored by this, and it was kind of cool to see that, because, you know, it's exciting to see what, you know, the reaction people have to MAXmotive and what we're doing here. But right behind us is one of our prizes, at least to me, the 2018 Demon. They stopped making them. It's going to be collectible. There is no question about it. Limited. I mean, a lot of people bought them just to sell them, but there's only a limited number of them, and we've got one here with 4 miles on it. The Demon crate hasn't been opened. The wrappers haven't been taken off the seats. It's an opportunity to own something that will definitely increase in value.
Still has the plastic on the engine.
Yeah.
And the only reason why it has 4 miles on it, because when we did take it to some shows, was just pushing it on and off the trailer.
It had 3 when we got it. Now it has 4.
Accumulated it.
Yeah.
But all right, Gabe. So
all right,
with us here?
Yeah, Gabe, did you hear my question about the Corvette, the low mileage car?
Yep, I certainly did. That was right when we got cut off.
Okay.
You know, from what I know about it, it's a 2-owner car. This consignor, he's the second owner.
Wow.
I don't know how you can hold on and not, you know, put any mileage on this thing. It is, I mean, I don't know how people do it, man. I'd be driving this thing all over the place. It's so awesome in this yellow color down here. A true nice South Florida color. The interior is pretty much perfect. I mean, if you look at the clocks and the gauges on this thing, and you'll be able to see more to come in the next couple days when we get it online. But it is spectacular. I have the original window stickers. I have the pre-purchase inspection from back in 1980. It's just fantastic. It's just a true time capsule of this car.
That is really great. Yeah. You know, these 80s cars are making a comeback. We just sold an 87 Monte Carlo SS today. We have a Grand National in our showroom. And, you know, people have a soft spot in their hearts for cars that, you know, were new when they were dating and whatever have you. And here's a chance to own a new one. I mean, 11,000 miles, Gabe, that's fantastic.
Yeah, you know, what's happening now, I seem to see is the younger collectors are coming out, you know. Guys that grew up with 80s cars, you know. It's not only about the muscle cars anymore. And, now the 80s are starting to come, and the 90s, even some 2000 cars, as we noticed, with all the, newer Mustangs we've been selling, and newer cars that we've been selling, it's kind of taken on a new age, a new group of collectors, that are now starting to come along, and they want to drive something their dad had, or they remember being in it when they were kids. So, now's the time. Now's the time to pick them up while they're still, pretty cheap.
That's right. That's right. And we're happy that the younger generation's coming along, and because without the younger generation to be involved with this great hobby, would you call it a hobby, Jim?
Yes.
It's going to die off. So we got to keep the younger generation involved with this. So
No doubt.
I just want to bring up a couple of the COEs because we got a couple other ones. We've got this cool black ramp truck, which has a sleeper kind of turned into a sofa in the back. And if you've got a show car or a drag car, like Bobby said, or anything looks good sitting on there. It's just the best display ever for any car that you could imagine. It's diesel powered, automatic transmission, easy to drive, just a super truck.
you could put the kids or grandkids in the back, and they would just love to ride along in that unique looking black COE with the black wheels on it. That truck is just fabulous looking.
Yeah, now we got to talk about the Bandit too.
Yeah, the Bandit.
The Bandit is just one of their, well, you know, people like to say sick. That's a sick truck. It is. You know, the body was made out of about 5 different Ford trucks, and it came out like this, and it has a 440 Magnum Chrysler engine. So people want to know what's under the hood. It has some serious horsepower.
Yes. Well, from the COEs, we're doing some. Everybody heard of Dave Kindig out there in Salt Lake City, Utah. Dave is currently doing some different builds for MAXmotive.
Not everybody knows about this. It's kind of a big announcement, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, some of it's we don't want to put out yet, but 3 of them they'll be done this year, later this year. The one is going to be a 1967 C10. That's actually going to be the MAXmotive icon.
The parts chaser.
Well, not at the beginning. We're going to take it to different shows, but you'll have to when we can, we'll have it up on a website or just keep in touch, and we'll give you the different ideas of what we have worked with Dave, and we're super excited about this truck as long as Dave is super excited also. And then after this C10, we have a 1953 VW bus.
Oh boy!
With lots of windows.
How many windows? About 23 windows.
Yes, sir. And here's a unique 1950 VW Hebmuller. How many people out there ever heard of a VW Hebmuller? Did I say that right?
I think so.
All right.
It was close.
Limited production.
But how MAXmotive chose to work with Dave Kindig on these 3 unique builds with the different ideas that we have come up with, and with sharing it with Dave, and Dave sharing back with us with his ideas. These 3 vehicles are going to be just unique looking.
Well,
he's thrilled to be working on Volkswagen. He likes that. So.
Yes.
Great.
With Jim Sinkovitz here, before we go, I think, we'd be remiss if we didn't ask for one PID story. Jim, I mean, PID is historic. People still talk about it. People still remember it. The legacy is carried on at Keystone, but, you were at PID for most of its tenure in the Pittsburgh area, the Pittsburgh scene, and you saw all the big names come through there, a lot of stories. Does any one stand out that you could? Share with us now.
PID opened in 1964, Pittsburgh International Dragway, and closed in 1976. And I explained to young people, I says, muscle cars came around 64 and left around 76.
Mm-hmm.
I says, a bunch of us happened to be teenagers right there. We could be jealous because we were there. It was great times. We had, like you said, everybody came through. We used to, when we first opened up, they had, you mentioned Connie Coletta. He found out that Garlitz came in and set the record, so he would come in and break the record. And then Garlitz would be back next year, and he'd break the record. So Coletta would hear about that. He'd come in, and Connie would break the record again. So the top fuel dragsters, the front engine dragsters, they were something to see. With no starters, you had to push them, and no reversers, you had to drag them back, get them headed in the right direction. So it was great that you name it, I realized that last time I went through Garlitz's museum, I saw that car at PID and that car and that car, and I realized that all the big names came through Pittsburgh back in the 60s, early 70s. So.
Yes, sir. You know what, Jim, drag racing is like muscle cars and classic cars and whatever it may be, but it gets in your blood. Mm-hmm. And as when you were growing up, and myself and Bobby, it gets in your blood and it stays there. I'll just give you an example. I ran into a very close friend earlier today, unexpected to see him. Okay. And you might know him, Warren Zell, Ralph they call him. Always raced at the Keystone. Okay. And he come up to me and we started talking, and the next thing you know, he brought up Keystone. And he says, he's so excited it's going to be opening back up. He's going to go out there and run. So.
Come on. We have the end of September, I don't know how many years now, 10 years or so, we've been doing the PID Keystone Nostalgia Nationals. So we have Bill Truby has a gigantic picture collection of the old tracks back in the 60s and 70s. He pins them up for everybody to see. It'll be September 26th and 27th this year, 2020. And we'll have a car cruise there. We usually have about 500 cars up on the hill. And we bring out all the old school super stockers, all the muscle cars. We'll have all the funny cars. Bobby, get to be there. We'll have all the nostalgia funny cars racing that day. And we'll have the gasser circuit will be in. And plus, we'll have it open up for all the local racers. They have a 79 and older.
Hey, Jim, maybe the people didn't get to write down the schedule here this evening, but how can they find out about all the times of your events?
Good question. We have a Facebook page, Pittsburgh International Dragway Facebook page. We have the schedule posted up for everybody. Try to get everybody together and talk about the old days. That's what we're good at. We have fun. We actually have a book printed to cover the history of the PID, and they're $25, so they're available. You can get in touch with us through the Facebook page. So.
All right. Well. Good. Thanks a lot, Jim. I appreciate you coming out here and taking time out of your time to spend with us here with our show.
Jim's in big demand everywhere. And we're honored to have you, Jim. Thanks for stopping in.
I'm late for dinner, too.
No. We're trying to do our best, everybody. So if you have any input, to lead us on for our next show that we're going to do, please let us know. We're looking forward to coming back in about a month and do this all over again.
Yeah, don't forget to send in your cars, and we have a live chat. You can participate in the show. So by all means, we want to make it a two-way communication here.
Yeah, get us pictures of your cars, or even bring them down here for us, and we'll take pictures of them and we'll have fun with it.
I'm going to take this opportunity to thank you gentlemen for what you do. Everybody is talking about MAXmotive, and if you haven't been here, stop in. It's worth the trip. So thanks again. I just love what you do.
Thank you, Jim. It makes us feel good when we hear that from the customers and outside and people just coming in here, and it makes it all worth the while and all the hard work that everybody here at MAXmotive does to keep us going. So with that all being said, thanks again, and You all stay well out there, and you have a good night.
Oh, you know what? I have to mention one more thing. You know, we saw Gabe, and I've been on camera. Mike Tarquinio is also a sales specialist, and he does a fantastic job in arranging events and stuff. So shout out to Mike. We just don't have enough room on the dais this evening.
Yeah.
Good group.
Mm-hmm. Good night, and God bless.
There you go.
Thanks for stopping in.
I think we know what we're doing.